The topic is nested loops. What is nested loop? A loop within another loop is known as a nested loop. Why do we need nested loops? We will discuss that part later. First, let's understand how a nested loop works. Let's take a small example for this. I have two variables I and j. Now I will say for I equals 1, I is less than equal to 3, I plus plus. So that means this I loop is repeated 3 times for the values of 1, 2, 3. Now as a part of this loop, I will introduce another loop. J is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to 3, j plus plus. How is this loop repeated? Also 3 times for the values of j as 1, 2, 3. The only difference is the j loop is now a part of your I loop. So this becomes your nested loop. And to understand the concept, I will use printf. %d, print the values of I and j. Now, let's check how this works. So, I have two variables I and j controlling the loop I, j. And to understand the concept, I am printing the values. So, let me draw the table for this and see how it works. First time, I starts with 1. Second step, I less than or equal to 3. Yes, it is true. Since it is true, it will enter the body of the I loop. What is there in the body of the I loop is a j loop. So I is 1. Then j starts with 1. J less than or equal to 3. Is it true? Yes. So it enters its body, which is a printf. So what is printed for I and j? 1 is printed. Now after printing this statement, this is the end of the j loop. So it will go back. The control goes back to j plus plus. Now, because we have entered the inner loop, it's not going to come out till it finishes the j loop. So, j now in the RAM becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 3. Yes, the condition is satisfied. Enter. What is printed now? I is still 1. I has not changed. This is I has not changed. J is 2. After printing, again j plus plus. J becomes 3. I doesn't change. 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes. So, print I is 1. J is 3. Next, j plus plus, j becomes 4. 4 less than 3? No, this condition is false. So, it's not going to enter the print statement. It goes out of the j loop. What is there outside the j loop? Is a bracket, which is a continuation of the I loop. So, now I becomes 2. Now, 2 less than or equal to 3, checks the condition, yes. So, again it enters the I loop. Once it gets inside the I loop, it meets the j loop. Now this j is taken as a fresh loop. So j restarts with 1. This is important. So j restarts with 1. 1 less than or equal to 3? Yes. So it enters the print statement. I is 2, j is 1. Now because you are now in the innermost loop j, it's going to complete j 3 times. So it goes back to j plus plus. Only j becomes 2. I doesn't change. Now 2 less than 3? Yes. Print I is 2, j is 2. Then from here, go back to j plus plus. J becomes 3. 3 less than equal to 3. Yes. Print 2, I, j 3. Now j plus plus, j becomes 4. 4 less than 3, condition is false. So it will not enter the print. It comes out of the j loop. Now outside the j loop, I have a bracket which is a continuation of I. I now becomes 3. 3 less than equal to 3. Yes. So it enters the I loop. Now again j is taken as a fresh loop. So j restarts with 1. Then 3 less than equal to 3. Yes. Print 3, 1. Next j plus plus. J becomes 2. So print 3, 2. Only j changes plus plus 3. 3, 3. Next j plus plus. J becomes 4. False. Goes out of the j loop. Enters. Goes back to the I loop. I becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 3. The I condition also fails. So it comes out. So what is the output we get? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. What is the concept? This is what we understood is if you enter the innermost loop, it's not going to come out of the loop till it finishes the given number of times. And once it comes out, only then the outer loop changes. So the outer loop will remain constant for some time. The inner loop keeps on changing. Let's see the output of this. Let's run this. So this is the output 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So this is how a nested loop works. Let's take another example. I will say I is equal to 3. I is greater than equal to 1. I minus minus. J equal to 3, j is less than or equal to 5, j plus plus. Let's see how this works. So I have I, j in the memory and it's printing something. I equals to 3. 3 greater than equal to 1? Yes. J equal to 3 now? Yes. 3 less than or equal to 5? True. Enter. What is printed? I is 3, J is 3. Now we are in the J loop, so it will go back only to J. J becomes 4. 4 less than 5 this condition? Yes. So I is still 3 and J is 4. Again go back, J plus plus becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Print 3, 5. Then J plus plus, J becomes 6. This is false. Now it goes back to the outer loop. I becomes 2 because we have minus minus. So I becomes 2. Checks the condition 2 greater than or equal to 1. Yes. What is J now? Restarts with 3. So when you come from top, J will be taken as a fresh loop. So this is now 2 and 3. Now since we are in the J loop, when you go back, J plus plus becomes 4. So this is 2, 4. Then again J plus plus 5, 2, 5. Again J plus plus 6, false. Now again goes back to the I loop, minus minus, I becomes 1. 1 greater than equal to 1, true. Yes, enter. J restarts with 3. So this is 1, 3. Now only J keeps on changing. J becomes 4, 1, 4. J becomes 5, 1, 5. J becomes 6, false. Now goes back to the I loop. I minus minus. I becomes 0. 0 greater than 1 is false. So it's going to stop. So what is output? 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. Next, you can try one small example. I will give the output. You decide what should be the loop for this. I want the output like this. It should print 5, 1, 5, 3, 5, 5. 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5. 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5. So this can consider this as the I loop and this is the J loop. So you decide what will be the loop to get this output. For example, with 3 loops. So I have I, J, K. K is within J, J is within I. Or you can analyze it like this. I is the outer loop, J is the inner loop, and J is the outer loop for K and K becomes the inner loop. How does this work? So I starts with 1. 1 less than or equal to 2, yes. J equal to 1, J less than or equal to 3, yes. It enters the K loop. K equal to 1, K less than or equal to 3, yes. So it enters the K loop. What is there? Print I, J, K. I should get the output as 1, 1, 1. Now, since we are in the K loop, now where will it go back? It has to go back to K plus plus. So only K will change. K becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 3, yes. So what is printed? 1, 1, 2. Next again goes back to K plus plus, becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 3, yes. So I is 1, J is 1, K is 3. It will still go back to K plus plus. K becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 3, condition is false. It will not enter the K loop. Now, once it comes out of the K loop, it will go back to its parent, which is its parent is the J loop. So it will go back to J plus plus. J now becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 3, yes. Again enter the J loop. It meets K as a new loop now. So K restarts with 1. I has not yet changed. Output is 1, 2, 1. Now we are in which loop? We are in the K loop. So now only K will change. So K becomes 2. So K is less than or equal to 3. Enter. What is printed? 1, 2, 2. Then again K plus plus. So it is 1, 2, 3. K becomes 4 is false. Comes out of the K loop. It is a continuation of the J loop. It goes back to J plus plus. J becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 3. True. So it enters the J loop, which is again a K loop taken as a new loop. So K starts with 1. So 1, 3, 1. Then K becomes 2. 1, 3, 2. K becomes 3. 1, 3, 3. K becomes 4 is false. Comes out of the K loop. Now goes back to J. J becomes 4. 4 less than 3. This is also false. So comes out of the j loop. What is there outside the j loop is a continuation of I loop. Now I becomes 2. Now I becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 2 is true. So enter. Now j starts with 1. Is it true? Yes. Enter the k loop. K starts with 1. K less than or equal to 3. Is it true? Yes. Enter the k loop. So now this is 2, 1, 1. Now we are in which loop? We are in the k loop. So what changes? Now only k will change. K becomes 2. So 2, 1, 2. Then again k plus plus. K becomes 3. 2, 1, 3. K becomes 4 is false. Now k is completed. So it goes back to j. J becomes 2. Again comes down. K is 1. So this is 2, 2, 1. Only k changes. 2, 2, 2. K changes. 2, 2, 3. K becomes 4. False. So now again j changes. J becomes 3. So when j becomes 3, j becomes 3, then 3 less than or equal to 3, true, enter. K restarts again with 1, so the output is 2, 3, 1. Then it should be 2, 3, 2, then 2, 3, 3. Then k becomes 4, false, goes back. J becomes 4 is also false, goes out. I becomes 3, 3 less than or equal to 2 is false. So this is the output. So check how the loop works. If you have not understood, rewind the loop, rewind the video, just check how it works. Let's take another example. I have taken two loops I and j, but if you notice the style of the loops, what I have written, they are not nested loops. I have written I separately and j separately. So this is just an example of multiple loops. How does this work? So till I is completed, j will not start. Only when I is false, when it comes out of the I loop, then the j loop is executed. What will be the output of this? Simple. I is 1, print 1. Then I is 2, print 2. I is 3, print 3. I becomes 4, false. Now comes out of the I loop. J starts with 1. Then j less than or equal to 5, yes. So print j. What is printed? 2. Then j becomes 3, j becomes 4, j becomes 5. When will it fail? When j becomes 6, it becomes false. Now this is an example of multiple loop. Now let's take another example, an application of a nested loop. The problem definition is this: you have to print this particular pattern. So when this kind of patterns are asked, we need to analyze what is the logic for this. So look at this. I have to print stars. How many stars I am printing? So I have totally 15 stars. But how is the pattern printed? For that, first see, what is the number of rows I have? The number of rows I have is 5, or the height of this pattern is 5. So in row 1, I am printing 1 star. In row 2, I am printing 2 stars. When row 3, I am printing 3 stars. Row 4, 4 stars. And in row 5, 5 stars. So you can identify the relation. If row is 1, print 1 star. If row is 2, print 2 stars. So how do we come up with the logic? So I know that since I'm printing 5 rows, I require a loop for this. I will say for I equals 1, I is less than or equal to 5. This is I plus plus. Now when I starts with 1, when row is 1, how many stars we should print? Only 1 star. But when row becomes 2, it has to change to 2. So that means when I is 1, I will start with another loop. J equals 1. How many stars it has to print? Whatever is the value of I. So the condition here will be j is less than or equal to I, j plus plus. What should I do over here? I have to print. What am I printing? I'm just printing a star. Close this. Let's see how this works. It's not complete, but let's see how this works. So first time, so I have I have j, and I'm printing something. I starts with 1. It is true. Enter the loop. J starts with 1. And j less than or equal to I. So j less than or equal to 1. Is it true? Yes. So enter, print 1 star. Then next, go back. J becomes 2. 2 is false. Comes out of the j loop. And it should go back to the I loop. But when it has to go back to the I loop, the print has to shift to the next line. So here I will introduce printf backslash n and close the I loop. Okay, now cursor goes to the next line and I becomes 2. 2 less than 5, yes, enter. J now restarts with 1 because it's a nested loop. So J becomes 1. J less than or equal to I. What is I? 2. What is J? 1. 1 less than or equal to 2. Yes. So print a star here. Then J plus plus, J becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to I, 2 less than or equal to 2, yes. Now since we are still inside the J loop, we have not come out of the J loop, the printf is going to print the star just beside it. There is no slash in right now. Then again goes back, J becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to I, no, false. It comes out of the J loop. What is there outside the J loop? There is a slash n. So cursor goes to the next line. Then from here it goes back, I becomes 3. J restarts with 1. 1 less than 3, yes, print a star. Now only J gets incremented. 2 less than 3, yes, print a star. Then again go back, J becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 3, yes, print a star. Then J plus plus becomes 4. 4 less than or I, 4 less than or 3 is false. So it comes out of the J loop. What is there outside the J loop is a slash in. So the cursor goes to the next line. Then from here it goes back to I. I becomes 4. J restarts with 1. So I will get 1 star. J becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 4. Yes, print a star. J becomes 3. Less than 4. Yes, print a star. J becomes 4. 4 less than equal to 4. Yes, print a star. Then J becomes 5. J becomes 5 over here. This is false. Comes out. Slash and cursor goes to the next line. Then I becomes 5. J restarts with 1. Print a star. J becomes 2. Print a star. J becomes 3. Yes, true. Print a star. J becomes 4 is also true. J becomes 5 is also true. J becomes 6 now. So this is false. It comes out. I becomes 6. This is also false. So this is how your pattern is printed. So what is the concept? I know that I have to print 5 rows. So I have taken one loop for that. In each row, the number of stars, is it same? No, it depends upon the row number and it can repeat multiple times. So for that, I am taking another loop. This loop is dependent on I. So this is how you can come up with the logic for a pattern. Let's take another example. Look at the pattern. Same. What is the height of the pattern? 5. I have 5 rows. But as the row increases, the number of stars are decreasing. I'm starting with 5 stars, then 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see the logic for this. For I starts with 1. How many rows I want? 5 rows. This is I plus plus. When row is 1, I want 5 stars. When row is 2, 4 stars. When row is 3, 3 stars. So the number of stars are decreasing. So for J equals to 5, J is greater than or equal to I, J minus minus, and print. So printf, this is start, then put a slash n. If I don't put the slash n, what will happen is all the stars will be printed in a single line. So we don't want that. We want the pattern to shift to new line, so I need a slash n. So let's analyze this. I is 1, so J is 5. So 5 greater than or equal to I. I is how much? 1. 5 greater than 1? Yes. So print a star. Then J becomes 4 because minus minus. 4 greater than 1? Yes. Print a star. Then 3. 3 greater than 1? Yes. Print a star. Then becomes 2. 2 greater than 1? Yes. Print a star. Becomes 1. 1 greater than 1? Yes. Print a star. Then J becomes 0. 0 greater than 1 is false. Then next I becomes 2. J starts with 5. 5 greater than I. 5 greater than 2. Is it true? Yes. So print a star. Then next J becomes 4. 4 greater than 2. Yes. Print a star. J becomes 3. 3 greater than 2. Print a star. J becomes 2. 2 greater than or equal to 2. Yes. Print a star. J becomes 1 is false. Then I becomes 3. J starts with 5. Now this should repeat only for 5, 4, 3 and 2. This should repeat only for 5, 4 and 3. So it will print only 3 stars. Then when I becomes 4, this should repeat only for 5 and 4. So 2 stars. When I becomes 5, J will repeat only for one value 5, 1 star. So this is one way of doing it. It depends upon your logic, how you are going to frame the loop. I have framed the loop as I is equal to 1, I equal to 5, I plus plus and J starts with 5. You can also do it like this. You can say for I equals to 5, I is greater than or equal to 1. This is I minus minus. In that case, you change the J loop. What will this J loop be? J starts with 1. J is less than or equal to I, J plus plus. So your logic can be anything. It can change from person to person. But yes, see to it that you get what now? The required pattern or the required number of steps.